up here just to tell you guys one thing, and that's if you decide to give yourself a haircut, maybe just wait a day or two and see if it's still a good idea. Or don't, and you can be like me, looking in the mirror at a cropped, crooked pixie cut. Now, look, I'm not saying cutting your own hair is always a bad idea, because I had been doing it for a couple months before this whole fiasco. I had a cute bob, and I had some nice bangs, but every time I looked in the mirror, I was like, well, my hair's growing. Let me just cut a little bit here. Let me just do a little bit there. And it was fine. I was doing great, honestly. I was like, who needs a hairdresser? But I was feeling ambitious. I wanted something new and bolder and more edgy. And I came very close many times in my dorm bathroom to giving myself a full-on mullet-type bob haircut, and I was like, this is too far. This is too far. I can't clean up all the hair shavings from all over the floor. Like, what if someone walks in on me with my scissors in this communal bathroom? So I went against my better instinct and thought, I'm gonna go to a professional. I can't give myself this haircut. I've only been cutting bangs. So I do. I decided I need to get this haircut and I need it now, because if I don't get it soon, I'm gonna do this on my own and it's not gonna work. So I'm on Instagram, I'm scrolling, I'm trying to find someone cheap because I don't have that much money, and I'm also trying to find someone now. And I find this little hair boutique. It looks good enough. They have a cute Instagram. Their hairstylists have tattoos everywhere and cool haircuts, and they have fun plants. And I'm like, yeah, this will work. This will be fine. So I made my little Pinterest board. I took the bus to the hair salon off Colfax, and I decided this is gonna be great. I show up, and my hairstylist has these beautiful blonde hair down to her waist, beautiful curls, and I'm like, this isn't the hairstylist I thought I was going to, but that's okay. She's a professional. It's okay. I show her my Pinterest board. I'm like, I just want something fun. I want something fresh, just a little oomph, you know. And she's like, girl, I got you. Let's do this. I'm sitting in the chair, and I just see a huge piece of the back of my hair just falls off. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And she's going for it. Huge pieces of my hair. And I thought we were just doing a trim. I thought we were adding some layers. And she's just going for it. Hair is falling all over. It's all over my neck. It's itching me. I'm getting anxious. It's like little pinpricks all over me. She's like, let's go wash it. We're going to do. I can tell you're a little nervous. It's okay. She goes and washes my hair, and I'm like, yeah, this is what they do. You get a haircut, it looks weird. They wash it, they blow dry it. It looks good. Get back in the chair. She's keeping cutting. I'm trying not to look in the mirror. I'm looking here, I'm looking there. I'm like, oh, it's going to be okay. She sees her new client walked in, and she's like, okay, let me just finish you up. All right, there you go. I got to run. Let me know if you want a trim up. I know this is a big change. I finally look in the mirror, and I'm looking at a soccer mom from the 2000s or Matt Damon from the 90s. The back of my hair is just gone. It's short. The front, solid bang. Like kind of a bowl cut, except for the back was not a bowl. And the first thing I say to her was, do you have any bobby pins? And I clip up the sides, and I'm like, okay, this is okay. I go to the front desk, I pay her, and I tip 20%. And then I leave. And then I'm like looking at my phone, trying to take a selfie. I'm like, okay. No, this isn't working. So I call my best friend, and I'm like, look what I just did. And she's like, oh my God, you look so cute. You look like a little fairy. I love it. You're adorable. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yes, I love it. It's so you. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what happens. You get a new haircut, you feel like it looks bad, you give it a couple days, and then it's awesome. So I take the bus back home, I get home, and I look in my mirror, and I'm like, this is not awesome. I take out the bobby pins. I see my hair just hitting right at my jawbone. And I am like, you know what? I can cut my own hair. I've been doing this. Let me just trim the bangs. Like, I can do bangs. I've done them. So I'm looking at them. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to cut a little bit here. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. So just let me do the other side. I'm like, okay, well, this side's shorter now. So let me do the other side. I'm like, well, now we got to add some layers. Let me just, and you keep going, and you keep going. And I look in the mirror, and I'm like, well, let me fix it here. And you keep going. And there's hair on my floor. There's hair in the air. There's hair on my skin. There's hair on my clothes. No more hairs left on me. That hair is everywhere else. And I'm looking at myself, and I have a crooked, cropped pixie cut. My hair is gone. Now look, I was never someone who had these like luscious, beautiful, long locks, but it's a big change to think that you're going to get an edgy little bob, and then suddenly you have no more hair. This is it. And so I'm like, okay, let me call my mom. Let me see what she can do. I call my mom. Mom, and she's like, oh, okay. I'm like, Mom, my hair is gone. I look so ugly. And my mom is like, no, you're not ugly. You just don't have long hair anymore. And my sister, who happens to be beside my mom on the phone, tells me, you look like Will from Stranger Things. So, and the thing is, hair grows back, and I can laugh about this now, because right now, I really like the way my hair looks. But it's been about a little over a year since that happened, and in the past year, I've spent an ungodly amount of time looking in mirrors, which isn't really healthy for anyone. Because when you have short hair, it's really hard to get it to look just right. So every time I look in a mirror, I thought, oh, man, I just need to fix this clip. Oh, man, my hair's sticking up in the back. Oh, man, my hair's curly on one side and straight on the other, and it looks crooked, and I need to put some scissors in my purse so I can just do a little quick snip on the go. And in all that time, looking in all those mirrors, I started to tell myself that I looked worse than I had ever looked in my entire life. And I started to tell myself I was ugly. And I would look in a mirror and say, why did you do that? You look so ugly. And it wasn't a quick change. It wasn't like one day I was like, oh, I don't look ugly. I look great. But one day, I got out of the shower. I looked at myself, and I thought, you look so bad. And then I thought, you know what? If the way my hair looks makes me not want to go out and go to class, if the way my hair looks makes me stand in front of a mirror and ruins my day, I have to find another way to love myself. Because one day I'm going to be an old lady, and one day, hopefully, I have some hair left, and I'm going to have wrinkles all over my face, and my skin's going to be saggy. And if I hate myself because I don't look how I looked when I was 20 years old, then my life's not worth living. And so I've realized, you know what? Your hair can't be perfect all the time, but you can't live your life based off the way that you look. And if you don't like what's underneath the hair, then life's not worth living. Thank you.